Here we go. 47, 47. Here we go. All right, hey, go, get out, get out.
On second down, Elliott. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. All right, hey, we're going right there, we're going right there. Here you go.
A first down carried by Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one, 68 yards. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Then we're going to 53. Get out, get out. 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He's airing it out for Williams. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second down, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Alan Hearns, 84 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Kansas City gets the ball back here in a second and continuing to kind of analyze the start for Patrick Mahomes this year. 10 touchdowns, and we're told that's the most touchdowns in 2 weeks in the NFL in its history for a guy to start the season.
Yeah, can you believe that? First 2 weeks of the season, 10 touchdowns. I believe only 1 interception, too, right? So he's taking care of the ball quite well. And just think about this. Coming in and taking over a team that many thought they had a pretty darn good quarterback. And he seems to be elevating not just his play, but the team overall. I mean, both of those wins came on the road.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. But kicker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here go 46. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And some room to work. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 44 yards on the ground. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mahomes now to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll leave this for Ware. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to... And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! Chris Conley, 29 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now come the Cowboys. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A second down throw for Prescott.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go, 46, 46, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up the 3rd down.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Under. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. Get out. 26.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. Get out. 26.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Mahomes to throw on second down. And going deep for Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Here we go, 46. 26.
10th carry now for Elliott. And some space here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Here we go, 46, 46, 46.
They go play action here on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 46. Switch, and 8.
Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
And 47. Good. Here we go, 46. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he's got it to Burns. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Throwing. Prescott. He's going to go deep for Beasley. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Go, get out there, Switch, and 8. 26.
On second down, Prescott again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go, 46, 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes flushed out right. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 52 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
12 yards there as they move the chains. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Switch, hey. Let's go, get that. Let's go, get out. Let's go, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's Williams on the catch. And a nice spin into some open field. 23 yards on the play.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A CD switching gears for a second. After last year, 7 NFL head coaches were relieved of their duties. And in week 1 of this season, those 7 coaches went 0-7. They fared a little better, though, in week 2.
They certainly did. Finally got into the win column. 3 of those happened. 1 in Chicago, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in Indianapolis. Finally getting off the schneid. The other guys trying to get it done in week 3.
Yeah, including John Gruden. Curious to see when he gets his first victory out west. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Left. Black 58, run.
Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go deep for Conley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Black 58 rail. Left.
On first down, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey from 19 yards away. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ron Parker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. The Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Mahomes now on first down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on 4th down.
We got chips over here.
And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Tyrone Crawford in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now. You know what that generally means? Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He hits Beasley right side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here you go. Switch.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 52 yards. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. Butker on for the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
47. Move. Switch and A. 26.
They go play action here on first down. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Wide 80. 47. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Here you go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Room to run. No, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he's going to go down again. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Justin Houston in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Second down, Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Go, get out there, get out there. 26.
Now Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Prescott, and it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
This time, the extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Left, ace, slow.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sean Lee in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Ace, left.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Left.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this This is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go, 46. 46.
A second down throw for Prescott. He finds Hearns left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 46, 46, 46.
First down, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On second down, Prescott again. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46. 46.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.